Konnichiwa, Shogun. So this is the third part of my Genesis games list series thing. So let's just dive right in. Columns. Addictive and ancient, Columns is the game of a bygone era. Originating with Phoenician merchants, align puzzle pieces to build columns and bring them down. Easy to play, yet challenging to master. This is a game to keep you amused for hours on end. You will quickly understand why this simple puzzler has stood the test of time. Prepare to lose yourself in this game of the ancients. Even the puzzle games that are like basically Tetris have pretty awesome descriptions. I like these past people. Alright. Columns 3. Columns 3 is the final game in the series of fast-moving puzzle classics. As in the other games in the series, match colors of dropping objects in order to remove them from the playfield. If they rise to high, rise to high. Where is it? If they rise to high, T-O. Alright. The game is over. Columns 3 adds multiple versions for strategic additions to keep the game fresh and exciting. This is the puzzle game that started it all. Not true. Although neither was the other one about Phoenician merchants playing a Sega Genesis game. It wasn't as interesting as Columns, though, like the original one. Alright, Comics Zone. I really like this game. In this action thriller, you play the part of Sketch, a highly respected comic book artist who, by a strange twist of fate, gets sucked into his own comic book creation. Stuck in a familiar world, you must become the hero, fighting against the very villains of your own imagination. If Sketch can first stop one of his evil characters from taking over the world, surely he will be able to find a way out of the real world. Find a way out of the real world. Yeah, see, I think that's supposed to say find a way back to the real world. And someone just wasn't communicating very well from programming to writing. Oh well. Other than that, pretty cool. Crackdown. When many bombs are discovered throughout a large laboratory, Ben and Andy are called in to dismantle them before the building explodes all around them. Racing from spot to spot, each bomb must be neutralized with smaller charges before time runs out. Defenses have been placed to make it more dangerous, but Ben and Andy have an array of weapons to help them achieve their goals. Better call the bomb squad, time is short. Alright, I think that's probably an American version, because they didn't want it to sound like pro-terrorism or anything. But let's look at the facts of this game. You're going in, you're planting time bombs, and there are people trying to stop you from doing that. Now, according to this, you're planting time bombs that are smaller than the bombs that would go off, which means you're trying to, like, stop them with a smaller charge, but that wouldn't work. The entire the entire building goes down with you when you leave, like it blows up. So clearly your plan doesn't work, and still counts as a win. And why would people be trying to stop them if they're trying to get rid of the bombs? I'd say it's pretty obvious that what's really going on here is they're like terrorists going in planting bombs in buildings, but they didn't want to advertise that, so they made up some weird thing for why this terrorism game exists. Decap attack. In an odd and colorful world, anything can happen. Max D. Cap, an evil boss, has taken control of this unusual planet and must be stopped. Chuck D. Head, a headless mummy, rises up as the best hope of this strange world, and he will stop at nothing to defeat Max and free the planet. Brightly colored lands, unusual foes, and powerful and exotic weapons await you as you guide Chuck in his heroic battle in the side-scrolling spectacular. Did you notice that his name is Chuck D. Head? That's because you chuck your head at people. Like, your head goes... And it's really, really weird. Alright. Ecco. The game that almost drove me to insanity. Further insanity. I'm pretty insane. A whirlpool controlled by the evil Vortex Queen has sucked your entire dolphin pod to imprisonment in the ocean depths. Only you remain to save them. To do so, you must travel through time and space with the help of the Atlantean time machine in order to find your friends. Ecco is a free-form journey, allowing for adventure, exploration, puzzles, and combat all along the way. The playstyle is up to you. I got to this one part, it's like very early on in the game, and the game like was almost impossible to pull this thing off, and it just driving me nuts. Alright, well that's the end of this part of the series, but don't worry, There's more to come. There's a whole 28 more games to do. So, don't worry though, they'll all be up today, unless you're watching in the future, in which they'll all be up in the past, so it doesn't matter either way. So check them out. And check out the previous parts too, because there's 2 other parts already up. That's why it's called Part 3. Thanks for watching. You know where the like and subscribe buttons are? Just click them. Sayonara, Shogagoon. I finally did that without ranting in between the outro.